strong winds hitting parts of the valley pretty hard today. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us at 5. I'm Latoya Silman.
And I'm Jim Snyder. Glad you're with us tonight. Hope you are staying safe. This got pretty serious in some parts of town. Right now, there are about 29,000 customers without power and a ground stop we've been tracking at Harry Reid International Airport because of the winds kicking up a big dust storm. Our Weather Authority team has team coverage for you from all across the valley.
News 3's Georgia Costa standing by with a look at how the gusty winds have damaged power lines. But first, Chief Meteorologist Bill Bell is standing by with what's happening outside.
Well, guys, here's a look at the time lapse in a second, but here is the live look here. We just took the Black Mountain camera and we zoomed in on Harry Reid. So maybe, given the fact that we see some movement out there on the runways, maybe that ground stop has been lifted. No word yet, but taking a look at what was a wild afternoon. Again, didn't get a lot of rain out there, but a lot of energy. And we talked about this last night. There'll be plenty of moisture aloft, but with dew points again, meaning humidity levels, very, very dry out there. These quick moving showers and thunderstorms just collapsed as they moved across the valley. So all that energy and those strong winds aloft will eventually mix down to the valley floor. It's exactly what happened today. Got some incredible video from Kevin off of Blue Diamond and Rainbow. You see the beginning of that dust storm there. See the jacuzzi top just almost flipped off there. So Kevin certainly appreciate that. He sent that on a DM on Instagram, but definitely a wild afternoon. Here are some of the top wind gusts out there. North Las Vegas Airport clocked in at 64 miles an hour, 60 at Harry Reid. Henderson Executive 63 miles an hour. Again, most of that between 2 and 4 p.m. Nellis at 56, Whitney Ranch at 50 miles an hour. You look at the radar, not much. Again, maybe a few sprinkles out there, but this is a 4-hour radar loop. Look how fast these showers are moving. Again, not a lot of this reaching the valley floor. This really tells the story. What this is, again, Doppler radar looking at the velocities, the bright reds indicating winds blowing away from Doppler radar, which is just down south of Boulder City. And when you see some of the bright reds there, right there, impacting mainly the eastern half of the valley, a lot of those strong damaging winds will mix down to the valley floor. So plenty of activity, just not a lot of rain. We'll continue to watch some of these thunderstorms, Jim and Latoya, that could bring strong outflow winds later on this evening. We'll keep an eye out for that. And a busier day expected tomorrow. I think more moisture could lead to less wind and more rain. That's what we want. We'll take a closer look at that here coming up in just a bit.
Yeah, we need the rain, but those winds, they can be pretty tricky sometimes. Thank you so much.
We'll stay in touch with our newsroom to see if that ground stop has been lifted at the airport. Let you know when we can confirm that. This fierce wind that kicked up the dust storm that shut down the airport also caused power outages across town. We're taking a look here at Sahara and Atlantic, where we know some power lines came down. You can see the pole leaning to the right there. Crews are out working to get the juice back on as soon as possible. Right now, we're told more than 31,000 NB Energy customers around the valley are without power.
Let's go ahead and head out now to Harry Reid International Airport. Airport is currently experiencing some major delays there. All flights heading to and from Las Vegas delayed between an hour and a half to 2 hours because of this wind. Now, these outages could be partly to blame, in part because of all the down power lines that we're seeing as well. So let's turn into Georgia Costa for more on that, Jim.
Yeah, we've had the lights flickering at times and our computers shutting down here in the newsroom, as you know, George. What are you seeing out there where you are?
Yeah, Jim and Latoya, the damage out here along Tropicana is pretty extensive, prompting the closure of Tropicana down from Eastern all the way down to Pecos. Now, a large portion of the damage here right behind me, Tropicana and McLeod, where you can see that downed power line as well as that downed traffic signal. Now, it looks like that tree right there knocked down the power line, which then knocked down that traffic signal. But this goes on for a big stretch down Tropicana heading east. Now, we see that there's an RTC bus there at a stand. So not sure what happened there, but several trees, power lines, power lights as well, all down. It looks like Clark County Fire, Clark County Police, as well as Metro Police, all out here assessing the damage. Now, this cleanup is going to take quite a while. Now, they're all asking people to avoid the area, causing a lot of traffic backups around this part of the valley. Now, we were actually driving out here from the downtown area, noticing several traffic lights out, several damage along the way, trees, shrubs, all in the roadways. Now, this is something that has affected large portions of the valley. Now, it looks like towards the west part of the Tropicana here, it looks like it's all clearing up just a little bit, but again, it's still Clark County fire as well. But this again going to take a while. Now there's several witnesses who we spoke to, one of them actually working a fireworks stand here, who describes the incident as kind of like an earthquake when he heard that traffic light come down. He does say that when he came out, he had to come out of the booth as those firework boxes kind of came out and almost fell on him. But we're going to try to speak to more witnesses out here, kind of see what the damage is, and we'll bring that back to you in the studio.
Wow, some pretty severe damage there
Yeah.
in that one area.
Pretty scary, and I'm so thankful to hear that no one's hurt. At least we haven't had any reports of anyone being hurt yet. Thanks so much.
So we'll be tracking the trouble spots for you throughout the evening, as well as the changing conditions from Bill. Right now, we want to move on to the home